Astronomers have recently witnessed the most massive cosmic explosion that has ever been observed, and it occurred somewhere in the vastness of the universe that we are aware of. In spite of their extensive knowledge of physics, the experts have been unable to find a physical phenomenon within the discipline that can adequately explain this unique occurrence. An active, bright fireball that is more than 3 years old and is approximately 100 times the size of our solar system has been spotted on numerous occasions. This aspect of the explosion is what distinguishes it from other similar events. It has released almost 100 times the amount of energy that the Sun will generate over the duration of its whole existence of 10 billion years, and it has done it in a period of time that is astonishingly short. However, there are many questions that have to be answered before we can get to the bottom of the meaning behind this astronomical event. The narrator is interested in learning more about the background of the massive explosion. Given how dazzling it is, it begs the question of how astronomers could have possibly overlooked it at first. Finally, the question that needs to be asked is, in what ways may this discovery open the door to new physics? In the year 2020, a powerful flash was spotted in the sky by the Zwicky Transient Facility, which is situated in the state of California. This event served as a marker for the beginning of our trip. Utilizing both visible and infrared light, the facility performs a thorough examination of the night sky once every 2 days in order to keep a close eye on a wide range of astronomical occurrences. An explosion was initially detected by the observatory and given the designation at 2021 LWX while it was taking part in a regular survey. At that very moment, the incident did not appear to be very noteworthy because its distance could not be precisely determined, which made it difficult to determine how bright it actually was. The recorded occurrence was not investigated any further until the following year, when a team of investigators from the University of Southampton decided to look into it on their own initiative. They conducted a painstaking analysis of the explosion using many different wavelengths of light, and they used telescopes from Chile and Spain. As a consequence of their exhaustive research, it turned out that the explosion had occurred an incredible 8 billion light-years away, which is a staggering amount of time and space. This bright light traveled further than the vast majority of other flashes that have been seen in the sky, hence, it can be considered the most impressive of all of them. The researchers proceeded to determine the intrinsic brightness of the event at its source after being armed with the knowledge that both the distance and the apparent brightness were known to them. At this moment, the scenario took an interesting turn for the better. When all of the data was put together, it was determined that the brightness of this event was nearly 2 trillion times brighter than that of the Sun. The revelation that was made was unique to any other observation of its sort, and it presented a discovery that was unusual and unheard of before. The question is posed by the narrator, can you believe it? At 2021 LWX was undetected for a considerable length of time within the databases, unbeknownst to anyone who was looking for it. The astronomers didn't know what they had stumbled onto by chance until they saw it through more sophisticated telescopes and saw what they had found. There are mysteries to be solved and treasures to be discovered deep among the boundless reaches of space. As a result, we are going to investigate the mystery that surrounds this incredible explosion right now. There is no physical phenomenon that we are aware of that could possibly account for the extraordinary brightness that was revealed by this cosmic event. The explosion has been continuously releasing significant quantities of energy for the past 3 years, which is another astounding detail about it. One might, quite naturally, ponder the question, what could have possibly caused such an event? Astronomers diligently investigated a wide variety of hypotheses in an effort to figure out what was causing the enigma. Given the conditions, the first idea that sprang to their minds was that the object in question was either a supernova or an exploding star. This is something that one might expect. Consider the following scenario: a gigantic star is running out of its nuclear fuel, which will eventually cause the center of the star to disintegrate because of the huge gravitational pull. The disintegration of an object that has a mass that is 1 million times greater than that of Earth takes place in under 15 seconds. The star's outer layers are forced to detonate as a direct result of the shock waves, which ultimately results in the star exploding into a supernova. The supernovae put on a spectacular display of light and radiation, which includes gamma rays, X-rays, and visible light, among other forms of electromagnetic radiation. The explosions have the potential to temporarily outshine an entire galaxy, producing a brilliance that mesmerizes the observer and draws them in. In the instance of at 2021 LWX, a flash was produced that is 10 times brighter than any other supernova that has been recorded before. The theory of an exploding star does not adequately describe the enormous scale of the explosion that has been recorded, which happens to be the most magnificent one that has been documented up until this point. The occurrence of a tidal disruption event is the second theory that could explain the phenomenon. As the star, which is participating in a tidal disruption event, draws closer to the supermassive black hole, it is subjected to formidable tidal pressures, which ultimately result in the star's demise. Because of the intense disturbance, a cascade of star debris is sent into the black hole, which results in an increase in the amount of electromagnetic radiation. On average, the gravitational attraction of a central supermassive black hole within a galaxy causes one star to die off every 1,000 years. This event occurs when the star falls into the hole. The occurrence of these events paves the way for enormous opportunities to investigate the intricacies of accretion physics and strong gravity. These kinds of investigations help us gain a better understanding of the origin and evolution of supermassive black holes. In spite of the theory of a TDE, the cosmic flare continues to have a brightness level that is far higher than the average magnitude seen in occurrences that are analogous to this one by a factor of 3. Because of this, it is possible to reach the conclusion that a tidal disruption event by itself is insufficient to provide a satisfying explanation for the extraordinary luminosity displayed by at 2021 LWX. Despite this, there is more to consider. Some researchers believe that a quasar is to blame for this explosion, which was caused by an unknown object. Quasars are a type of celestial object that can be found in the incomprehensibly enormous expanse of the universe. Supermassive black holes are the source of the bright and brilliant light that is emitted by active galactic nuclei. These nuclei are located at the centers of galaxies. The masses of these black holes can be anything from millions to billions of times those of our own sun. They consume a significant amount of gas at the centers of the galaxies that host them. As a consequence of this, and due to the fact that they release an enormous quantity of radiation, they stand out as the brightest and most powerful objects in the cosmos that we are aware of. When compared to the light of the sun, quasars can have a luminosity that is 1 trillion times greater than that of the ancient galaxies that host them on average. At this point, the plot takes a fascinating and unexpected turn. It becomes clear that there is a disparity between the behavior of this event and that of regular quasars as we continue our investigation. It is common for quasars to exhibit fluctuating levels of brightness, which can be recognized by a flickering effect in the illumination of the object. On the other hand, at 2021 LWX did not follow this exact trend. It was only 3 years ago when it began to shine, but ever since then, it has been blazing. Understanding the exact nature of this mysterious cosmic event is made more difficult by the behavior of the quasar, which behaved in a way that was unanticipated. The at 2021 LWX is a phenomenon that has never before been seen by human eyes and will never happen again. At this point in time, however, the researchers are putting their faith in one of the possible explanations. According to a study that was conducted not too long ago, one possible explanation for this extraordinary outburst is that it was brought on by a significant accretion process. In this scenario, we see a gigantic cloud of gas being devoured by a supermassive black hole. The cloud could be millions of times larger than our sun. Shockwaves can be seen propagating through space as the amazing feeding process plays out. The remnants of the gas cloud that encircles the black hole are continuing to be heated to extremely high temperatures, which has led to the construction of a large ring-shaped structure that bears a remarkable similarity to a gigantic donut. During the year 2022, astronomers made a discovery that was quite astounding. They had found a gamma-ray burst that went by the moniker GRB 221009A. This burst was the most luminous explosion that had ever been observed. This explosion was affectionately known as BOT and was considered to be the brightest of all time. At 2021 LWX has been given the title of having the largest explosion ever recorded because of the massive amount of energy it has released over the course of the past 3 years. This amount of energy has surpassed the amount created by BOT's brief flash. Even though catastrophes of this sort don't happen very often, they have the potential to progressively change the very fabric that galactic centers are made of. The researchers are scouring the universe in search of further examples of these massive explosions. In order to learn more about temperature and surface processes, they are collecting data from a variety of sources, one of which is X-rays. In addition, computer simulations are going to be planned in order to analyze their theories and figure out whether or not they agree with their observations. The arrival of brand new telescopes and technologically upgraded equipment in the not-too-distant future opens up a plethora of opportunities for discoveries that have not yet been made. The never-ending pursuit to learn more about these incredible cosmic occurrences is one of the driving forces behind the insatiable desire for information. Astronomers have made a recent discovery of a mysterious dark galaxy that does not emit any light. This discovery took place relatively recently. It is highly advised that anyone who may have missed the program review the groundbreaking discovery in order to catch up. This is all for now. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell.